So first of all, what got you into drawing?
I've always been into it since I was little, and yeah, I've always been making little drawings, but I've been getting a lot better, and I make more realistic drawings now. So,
all right, that's great. What got you, what turned you toward chalk specifically?
A few years ago, we heard about a ChalktoberFest on a trip when we were going to the island in Tennessee.
Okay.
And I wanted to do that because I just liked drawing. And that was the first time I did a chalk competition.
All right.
And so a few years ago, I heard there was one in Marietta.
Okay.
From my art teacher, and that's I got into it. Yeah.
I see. So you got into chalk and it kind of just stuck with you. All right, that's great. So how long have you been doing this, you said?
Chalk isn't my usual medium that I use.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
All right, that's fine. Well, what would you say is your favorite medium then?
Probably oil paint or ink for like pen drawings.
All right, that makes sense. So which one do you think would you say would be like the easiest versus the hardest medium? Do you believe?
The easiest would be ink drawings because usually you just have to just scribble it to make it look darker and for the shading.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. And the hardest one for you believe?
I think colored pencils because I'm not as experienced in colored pencils and drawing realism.
All right. And what kind of images do you typically draw on a regular basis?
Usually, sometimes I draw animals, but I like painting landscapes too as well.
Okay. All right, that's great. All right, well, thank you so much for your time and congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you so much.
I actually studied art in college, illustration, and I stumbled upon one of these festivals in Santa Fe, late 90s. I said, that is so cool, I want to do that. The next year I did it, and I've been doing it since then, since 1997.
Wow, all right. That's great. So how did you hear about this event?
Well, the festival organizers, they do travel around to other festivals, and that's how they kind of get to know some of us.
All right.
And that's probably how.
Okay. And what would you say would be your favorite medium as far as art is concerned?
I don't have a preference. I like to use acrylic, oil, drawing media, anything.
Okay. All right. Where do you usually draw inspiration from?
For street painting, I like to do very campy, very bright pin-ups from the 40s and the 50s. Illustrations or photographs otherwise, and because I think it just brings a lot of nostalgia and retro look to anybody who's looking at it. I like it.
That's fair. Right. What would you say would be your favorite piece that you have done?
That's a good question. That's a tricky question. There's a handful.
They're so good.
First of all, what got you all into art?
Who wants to start?
You got me into it.
Oh, I got him into it. All right.
We got you into this.
They got me into the
we were already doing art.
Yeah. But I grew up in Savannah, and so I went to the Savannah Scat ChalktoberFest. I guess starting in high school, and then throughout college, I started doing this festival in 2014, and then we started the Georgia Chalk Artist Guild actually after that, and then we joined the beginning.
All right, that's great. So you'd say that chalk would be your favorite medium as far as visual art is concerned?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, great. And how did you hear about this particular event?
I don't even remember. It was probably word of mouth or something like that.
All right, great. So what would you say would be your favorite piece that you've done?
That I've done?
You, me, Pittsburgh. I did that picture in Pittsburgh of you in pop art style. That's my favorite one.
All right.
What about you?
Probably my favorite piece currently is right now.
Yeah, this
So
one.
yeah, this
did
is the
come out
first time I
very
ever
beautiful.
got a chance to collaborate with them, and it happened to be in this talk fest.
All right, so how long have you been doing art in general?
It's probably like maybe like 5 or 6 years. And yeah, they found me in like a bubble tea cafe where I was doing some chalkboard art. And yeah, I mean, after that, it was just history.
All right, what are we doing?
What about you two?
I've been doing it since about, well, all my life really. I went to art high school and art college, so, but professionally, like since 2011, I started doing it for different businesses. That's like on the street.
All right, and you?
It's the same journey. I was like doing nothing but playing video games and reading books, and then I met her and started hanging out with her when she would draw, and then I started helping, and now I do my own drawings too. Like actually today, I was at Mercedes-Benz and did a chalk art drawing for Pride, so it was pretty cool.
Okay, well, where do you all usually gain your inspiration for your songs?
Well, this one is originally created, so I think the characters are partially Luke creations, and then we use an image source that like is royalty free, like copyright free, and then flowers are made up and little dragons made up.
Okay.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think a lot of it is just like, I know for me personally, it's the changing in the seasons and all the different interactions I have with like just nature and people. I get a lot of like outside inspiration of just like simple things throughout your workday. I would see and come in contact. I end up like integrated somehow in my work. It's like my thoughts basically.
That makes sense. So you'd say that you definitely enjoy this event?